And trust me, in LRDI to score a 99th percentile, 2 sets is all you need. You don't need to do 4 sets. I did just 2 sets, I swear. And I scored 99.86 on LRDI, right? There are what, 20 odd questions in quant, 22 odd questions in quant. Mark 15 questions that you want to do. That's all. You still get 2+ minutes for every question. CAT has had a very expected pattern over the years. You do half the paper, you score 99+. This year, you do half the paper, you scored 99.5+, right? You don't need to do 100% of the paper. You don't need to go all guns.
The formula to get 99 percentile score is here. Enroll now. The link is in the description and in comments. See you there.
Hey everyone, my name is Sarthak. I am 26-year-old and graduated from BITS Pilani back in 2018. So it's been a long time that I had been working in industry, about 5 years with the Larsen & Toubro group. And I originally hail from New Delhi. This was probably my 5th attempt at CAT. And yeah, after a lot of perseverance, I'm finally here, so feels good. I had a great job and everything was going perfect. The only reason that I wanted to do an MBA was, I wanted to add a dimension to my work profile. So I had been in the tech industry, B2B sales for about 5 years. And I just wanted to see what it looks like on the other side of the world, what it looks like to get probably into an FMCG firm or to probably get into a finance services firm, right? And what happens when you start developing certain years in a particular work stream, your chances of switching to a different domain, they minimize, and that's completely okay. But an MBA gives you that arsenal or ammunition to pivot your career in an altogether different field. So one of the core reasons why I wanted to do an MBA was to explore, was to see different avenues, and probably, if after that I don't like them, I can always return back to tech. But that opportunity to experiment, right, to find your other interests, I don't think that's possible anywhere. So one thing that I would say is that, see, I had about 12 to 14 hours working every day, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are there in the same boat. So the good thing about this new 2-hour exam is that, even after a tiring work day, you can always write one mock. You can always squeeze out time to write one mock at the end of the day, right? And even if you can't do that, you can probably write 2 mocks over the weekends, 2 hours, and then analyze them over the weekdays. So what I would recommend to everyone, it's probably about 100 days to CAT right now. And what I would say is that, try writing a mock exam every couple of days, right? Take out 2 hours of your time, then spend the rest 2 to 3 days on analyzing the exam. The more you try to cocoon yourself that, okay, it's fine, I am good at it, I just need to practice a couple of more exams, that's going to be all about it. No, it doesn't work that way. So I'll give you a very prime example, CAT 2021. CAT 2021 in LRDI had the kind of sets that no one had ever seen in their life. There was a set on Javelin, there was a set on Gantt chart, there was a set on, some chemical related things, and you could have never seen those things coming your way, right? However, if you had gone through the mocks rigorously, even if you had done about 15-20 mock exams, you would have seen the similar type of questions were presented in the time mocks, in the IMS mocks, and people who had the first principles clear, they did not face a lot of difficulties in those kind of sets. So even the seemingly difficult or the monstrous kind of problems can be broken down into easily digestible ones if you have familiarized yourself with multiple mock exams. And by multiple, I don't mean 100 mock exams in 100 days. Try aiming for 15 exams, 20 exams, and spend the next couple of days analyzing them. Exam analysis. Now is not the time to get your principles cleared. Now is not the time to get your first fundamentals cleared. Now is the time to hone your exam taking skills. And trust me, even if you're weak in certain areas, the more you practice, the more you write mocks, just by solving questions, those concepts will also start becoming clear. So at this point, 100 days, 20 mocks should be all about your target. To be honest, I had always studied online because I did not practically have the time to go offline and, visit a physical study center and take coaching from there. So it had always been online for me. And I think online works pretty well. Right now you have everything at your fingertips. So you really don't need to go hunt for an offline thing. With regard to the study material or the resources that I referred, I would say that there are fantastic test series providers out there in the market. There is Time, there is IMS, there is Career Launcher, there is CrackU. There are 4 or 5 of them. Pick any two. attempt at least 15 to 20 mocks of different types, and more than that, in your free time, try going to the YouTube channels of these providers. Because if you go to YouTube, you'll realize CrackU posts a lot of free content. That's amazing. So I think at this point, mocks from from two of the four test providers, and practice ad hoc questions in YouTube. For example, you're taking a break of 1 hour during your work, right? Just hit YouTube, open up a quant video, right? Try to solve 5 questions. And even if you're not able to, you can see their video solutions right in front of you. I think apart from that, you don't need to do any handouts, you don't need to do any exorbitant things, right? There are a lot of free study material floating around on Telegram and Mega and God knows how many platforms are there. You don't need to spend your energy on all of that. Just pick up some YouTube channels, like I can go section by section. For VRC, if you want, you can go to gmatclub.com. They have fantastic resources for GMAT. Try familiarizing yourself with the GMAT RCs. Those are like really notorious, but you can do that. For LRDI, you can go to Elite's Grid channel. You can go to CrackU channel. You can go to Shankarji, Anastasis Shankar. You'll find a lot of free content. You'll find a lot of free content that is solved for you at your fingertips. You want to, you're not getting sleep at night, just probably spend an hour watching one of the LRDI videos, right? And for quant, again, I'll go to IMS, I'll go to CrackU. Yeah, so I understand, particularly in the 2-hour format, it's very difficult to switch from one section to the other. By the time you are like probably 5 or 10 minutes into LRDI, you're still having a hangover of VRC. Oh, what was the answer to that question in RC? So I understand, in a 3-hour exam, it used to be like you get ample time to take a break between the two sections. So what I did this time around, after finishing my VRC, I just took a pause for 2 minutes. I did not look at my screen, drank water, calmed myself down, and then when the clock showed 38 minutes remaining, I started scanning through all the questions. And after scanning through all the questions, I realized, okay, here are 2 sets that I can really do. And trust me, in LRDI, to score a 99th percentile, 2 sets is all you need. You don't need to do 4 sets. I did just 2 sets, I swear. And I scored 99.86 on LRDI, right? Same goes for quant. You come to quant, take a 2-minute pause, take a deep breath, drink some water, calm yourself down, focus away from screen. And then you start scanning the questions. There are 20 odd questions in quant, 22 odd questions in quant. Mark 15 questions that you want to do. That's all. And you'll be able to find, if you're prepped well, you'll be able to find 12-15 questions that you'll be able to do, right? Just circle them and then start doing them. You still get 2+ minutes for every question. The moment you hit 12 to 15 questions in quant, you're hitting 99.5 plus in quant. So that's what I'm trying to say. We get into a panic mode because we are in an urge to solve everything that's there on the exam. A better way would be take a pause, scan through the question set, and then select some questions that you want to do, right? See, I won't say that in VRC because in VRC, anyway, you're fresh. That's the first section. So the strategy this time around on the D-Day for you should be, try to rationalize how much do you need to score in order to attain a certain percentile. CAT has had a very expected pattern over the years. You do half the paper, you score 99 plus. This year, you do half the paper, you score 99.5 plus, right? You don't need to do 100% of the paper. You don't need to go all guns. Rationalize that, spend your efforts that way, and you'll be all good. My best experience was IIM Bangalore, and my worst experience was IIM Lucknow. Okay, so IIM Lucknow, I'll go first. IIM Lucknow was like a very short 5-minute interview. I went in and the professors, probably they had made up a mind to just grill me. So I went in, the first question they throw at me, Hindi mein varnmala likh ke dikhao. I'm like, I'm sitting for an IIM interview, right? They're like, yeah, we pride ourselves in Hindi, so varnmala likh ke dikhao. So I was taken aback, but yeah, anyway, I went ahead and wrote it. I don't know what they were trying to test. I probably made some mistakes that irked them. So then they're like, okay, ye to tumko aata nahi hai, to whatever you have done most recently, that is your electrical engineering, we'll start asking you on that. So they started asking me on electrical engineering, and after a while their questions made absolutely no sense. They were asking random questions like, why was Ohm's law invented? You can ask me what is Ohm's law, you cannot ask me why was it invented. You can probably ask me, what is the left hand rule. You cannot ask me why was the left hand rule invented and not the right hand rule. Like, those were some completely absurd questions. They were just trying to, toy around. My best interview was IIM Bangalore interview. So IIM Bangalore was my last interview. And up till then I had become very relaxed. It's okay, it's my last interview, I'm going to be very free after this. The best part about IIM Bangalore interview for me was that in the moment I stepped in, they did not want to test me on my job. They did not want to test me on my background in electrical engineering. They gave me all of applied questions. And that was the best part because that brought together everything that I have done in my life so far. The first question they asked me, so you have work in cloud, right? I said, yeah. You say that you have worked in cloud sales. I said, yeah. Okay, so tell me something. We want to install a CCTV camera in our home. do you think we should have a cloud-based storage or we should have an on-premise storage? How will you sell me cloud, right? So that like really poked my curiosity. Okay, this is something that I've really done, right? So I have done cloud in an altogether enterprise environment. Now here is someone who's asking me how to install cloud in a CCTV setup. Then he started asking me on economies of scale. What if I do this for my entire society? What if I want to do this for my entire city? Like, will you be able to generate enough savings for me to cover the investment? So that had concepts of business, that had concepts of cloud and everything. I loved that interview. Right, so there were like first couple of questions on this. Then he started asking on decision sciences. Like if you have to choose between IIMs, what will be your parameters? How will you rank them? How will you rate them? So what is your decision making framework? So he really wanted to get to the bottom of how I think. Right. Then he took a backtrack. Said, okay, so tell me, if I have a son who's like probably in 11th standard right now, and he wants to choose between Fitji and Narayana and Chaitanya and different JEE coachings, right? How will you help him choose that? What will be your decision making framework? Then at the same time, he clears all of that. Now he wants to choose between IIT and BITS and NIT and this and that. How will you help him choose? So my entire interview revolved around decision making framework on business side, on personal side, on academic side, and I loved that interview. That was like an amalgamation of everything that I had done. That was an amalgamation of truly getting to know how a person thinks. So that was an interview that even if I didn't clear, I would always carry happy memories of. Okay, one thing that I would say is never give up. Like, if I can do it at the 5th attempt, I know people who have done it at the 7th attempt, I know people who have done it at the 10th attempt, right? Never give up. And to everyone who is, aiming to crack CAT this year, just think of it this way. The moment you complete your IIM Bangalore experience and you step out, you will become a much different person than who came inside, right? Your worldview will change completely. These 2 years, I call them the 2 years of transformation, because that's what truly brings out a very refined and sharpened individual. I know CAT is overwhelming. I know what PI takes a lot of demand. You'll be sacrificing on your family time. You'll be sacrificing on your, so many other fronts. It's all worth it at the end. Just give it one more push. It'll be all worth it.